where this support for people in power is coming from. The protection of rich and famous people.
Are we falling for this PR tactic?
A nice lady said, I worked with you on the first one. My experience with everyone was absolutely amazing, except for a certain someone who is the reason I quit.
What Blake Lively did to her assistant just got exposed. Fans are disgusted. Blake Lively's assistant finally spilled the beans about the star's off-camera antics, and the details are downright horrifying. Social media is exploding with claims that Lively subjected this assistant to humiliating tasks, nasty comments, and a dismissal so cold it would make anyone's blood boil.
So she responds to somebody in the comment section saying, thanks for the kindness. I want to avoid attention around this, but I will say she was cruel to many.
People are calling it peak hypocrisy for someone who constantly preaches about kindness and women's empowerment. Now fans are questioning if the real Blake Lively is far from the sweet persona she's peddled for years. Insiders say trouble began when the assistant, once a devoted ally, started noticing how Lively apparently played favorites on set. She'd lavish some crew members with compliments while cruelly ignoring others who didn't meet her criteria. The assistant, hoping for a big break, tried to endure Lively's alleged mood swings, which ranged from saccharine sweet to shockingly icy.
I know I cried my way home many nights because you try so hard to please someone who is never pleased and puts you down constantly.
Then came the final blow. Word on the street is that Lively demanded near impossible tasks with almost no notice, sometimes in the dead of night. If her assistant couldn't pull off these demands, the star would blast them in front of everyone. One onlooker described it as beyond humiliating, adding that it was like Lively got a thrill from displaying her power. The meltdown intensified when the assistant supposedly made a minor mistake, something any of us might do after being worked to the bone. Lively, according to rumors, acted like it was the ultimate betrayal. Fans are stunned because this is the same actress who once went on talk shows insisting she was all about positivity. Yet, off camera, she's accused of belittling people who can't keep up with her unrealistic standards. After that final straw, the assistant vanished from the job. Under circumstances so abrupt, the rumor mill is convinced Lively threw them out like yesterday's trash. Social media has been ablaze ever since.
I can't believe it's actually getting back at her. Karma is real.
People cite past stories of Lively being rude to fans, blowing off certain journalists, and pushing boundaries on movie sets. For some, this new assistant horror story is proof of a pattern. She's charming on red carpets, then allegedly ruthless behind the scenes. It's no wonder many are reeling, especially those who used to see her as the ultimate style icon and actress with a heart of gold. Now fans say she might just be another Hollywood star with a PR mask. Adding more fuel to the fire, Lively has been in the middle of a swirling legal mess with other co-stars. She's cast herself as the victim in that fight, but these fresh details about her behind-closed-doors behavior make folks question how genuine her grievances really are. When people asked the assistant for details, the hush-hush responses practically screamed NDAs all around. The vibe is that Lively's team is scrambling to keep the story from exploding further, but it's too late. The meltdown is already blazing. Meanwhile, the assistant is rumored to be seeking legal counsel for alleged wrongful termination or even a potential harassment claim. Nobody has confirmed this on the record. Yet the chatter suggests things ended so bitterly that the assistant simply walked away from the entire fiasco.
She just says Blake was really cruel, doesn't mention her by name. But either way, the firing that took place was on It Ends With Us.
Some bystanders claim Lively's team tried to hush up the entire ordeal with a settlement that came with gag orders attached. Whether that's accurate is anyone's guess, but the swirling speculation has fans labeling her as a prime example of fake niceness in Hollywood. People are also pointing out that celebrities usually get away with this kind of behind-the-scenes behavior because they've got a huge PR shield. Many suspect Lively's team will spin the meltdown as just another day of internet trolls fueling drama. But for fans who've watched story after story of Lively's rumored cruelty come to light, it's no longer easy to dismiss these claims as baseless. They remember previous reports of her belittling reporters, mocking co-stars, and possibly orchestrating shady moves in ongoing lawsuits. Now with the assistant's revelations, it feels like the final piece of a puzzle that's been forming for years. Some insiders hint that a high-profile figure, possibly another actress, urged the assistant to stand up and speak out. The logic is that if Lively can be taken to task for alleged bullying, more people might feel safe telling their own stories. If these rumblings prove true, we might see a flood of new revelations about Lively's on-set demands, meltdown moments, and behind-the-scenes power plays. On fan forums, people are saying they're disappointed more than anything, because Lively always projected such a clean, friendly vibe.
Lively shared her grievances about the first AD, suggesting that she be replaced.
Now they're outraged that the Hollywood sweetheart they supported could be the opposite of what she portrays. Curiously, some big media outlets appear to be going soft on her. Critics say that certain newspapers or magazines still push Blake Lively the victim narratives, ignoring these damning insider accounts. Fans wonder why mainstream press isn't covering the assistant's story and whether Lively's team is using connections to keep it quiet. But the avalanche of negative fan reactions on social media keeps building, unstoppable by any PR spin. Some watchers question if Lively will address it all or stay silent, hoping the meltdown fades. For those who've longed for real talk, this meltdown might be the final proof they need to change how they view Lively. After all, if you treat your own assistant this poorly, what does that say about your character when the cameras aren't rolling? Observers say this calls into question every word she's uttered about girl power and treating others kindly. If an actress is kind only when it benefits her public image, fans are rightfully calling that out as manipulative.
She's like, oh my God, guys, look at, I'm baking donuts and I'm sharing them with the people of Connecticut. And a lot of people are pointing out her hair. At first I was like, okay, it's a little frizzy, we should be used to that. But people are like, no, her hair is on the donuts. She's not wearing a hairnet, she doesn't have her hair pulled back.
As the meltdown rages on, more details keep trickling out, though it's uncertain how many people from Lively's camp will dare to go public. The fear of a legal onslaught is real, given how powerful she's become in the industry. People are reeling at the thought that behind the big smile and glamorous dresses could be a star who wields her influence like a hammer. If that's the case, the assistant's story might be just the first thread in a tapestry of deeper allegations. The real question is, will more ex-employees or co-workers come forward? Or will they stay quiet to avoid Lively's rumored wrath? There's also talk that Lively might try a grand gesture to salvage her reputation. Maybe a televised apology or a heartfelt social media post claiming it was all a misunderstanding. But fans are already posting comments like, too little, too late, and we've seen her hypocrisy before. In a world where star illusions can shatter at breakneck speed, Lively might be on the edge of a brand meltdown from which it's tough to recover. Whether this assistant plans to release concrete evidence, emails, texts, or recorded outbursts could seal Lively's fate in the court of public opinion.
Of course, Joe Rogan is going to support Justin Baldoni in this drama. He was slamming Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds in his podcast. He's got the biggest podcast, I think, in the US, so it means a lot when he comes out and says something. He basically said that they effed up.
For now, fans are left to connect the dots. If you add this assistant fiasco to the pile of controversies swirling around Blake, it's easy to see why many call her the Queen of Contradictions. The meltdown has many revisiting older interviews, noticing how she always seemed to deflect blame onto co-stars or cunningly shift focus onto her charitable image. But with the assistant's bombshell revelations, that veneer is cracking at warp speed. The next few weeks might be critical for Lively's public image, especially if any other ex-staffers speak up. Social media is also rife with debate on whether this meltdown is a sign of deeper toxicity in Hollywood, a place where the powerful can get away with anything, at least until someone with less to lose decides to tell their story. People are urging everyone not to let the conversation drop, saying it's time to hold big stars accountable for how they treat their teams. Some even claim this meltdown could be a wake-up call for the entire industry to rethink how personal assistants and staffers are viewed and protected. Blake Lively has yet to respond publicly to the assistant's allegations, and her silence speaks volumes to fans who say she usually leaps to her own defense at the slightest provocation.
This is somebody who worked on the movie, was fired or let go, and people online are now revisiting what the heck is going on here.
If she thinks ignoring the meltdown will make it vanish, that might be a serious miscalculation. The shock among fans is deep, and the disgust is tangible in comment sections where once devoted admirers vow never to support her work again. People are waiting to see if Lively's brand can survive a scandal that strikes at the heart of her good girl persona. The meltdown is real, it's ugly, and it's shaking the celebrity world. If these shocking allegations are any indication, we could be on the verge of a bigger unraveling, with more former staffers possibly stepping forward to share stories of their own. One thing is for sure, fans are done with the PR spin, and they're demanding genuine accountability. Let me know what you think. Do these allegations change how you feel about Blake Lively? Comment below with your thoughts, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy this kind of deep dive. Thanks so much for watching. Your support really means a lot. And hey, if you want more insider drama and celebrity revelations, be sure to click on the video that's now on the screen. See you in the next one.